to our live PEP class. This evening we're looking at critical thinking skills and we're doing part 2 of no more cavities. So we're examining some toothpaste packages. We did part 1 last week and we're going to do another. So before we go into that though, let me play for you our schedule of live classes to remind you of which days we do what. Here goes. Hello CSEC math students, I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now in this series we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything, make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello scholars, did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand. All right, so welcome back scholars, and I'm going to ask my in-studio crew to join me. I have John, Amari, and Antoine so far.
Night, miss. Night, miss.
Good night. I also have Jaden.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Antoine. Good night, John. Good night, Amari. Jaden.
Night, miss. Good night, everyone. What's so funny?
Jaden. Oh, you didn't see. Okay. All right, so Jaden will soon join us. Welcome to the scholars in the chat. Let me tell them good evening. Good evening, scholars. Yes, welcome, scholars, from wherever you are joining us, and welcome back. I know you were on your midterm. Well, you are still on midterm break. Hold on. Yesterday was Ash Wednesday. Pro John just came to say good night and then he's saying he has to go and we haven't started yet. All right, John. Pro John, thanks for popping by. And I guess we'll see you tomorrow. Good night, Miss Celine. Good night, Nia. All right. So welcome, Jaden.
Good evening, everyone.
Welcome, Jer. Jer, all the time you come on and you don't speak and then you end up being removed. Is this your strategy?
No, miss. Good afternoon. Good night, miss.
Good night. All right. Welcome to Langot and Gabby. My scholars are waltzing in as we speak, and we're going to go straight to our critical thinking skills. So we're examining another package of toothpaste. toothpaste and might not see particularly different information, but then again we might. So let's look. It's two different types of toothpaste. All right, so let's share the screen. And it's critical thinking skills. The topic is No More Cavities, Part 2. Prepared and presented by yours truly, Kamama Hako. Today we're off to the supermarket again to get more toothpaste. We will analyze the package of toothpaste and answer some questions. So this is the Crest Fluoride Anti-Cavity Toothpaste, 161 grams. All right. So, Jer, I'm going to ask you to read question 1.
Okay, Miss. 1A. Which three colors are featured on the front of the package? B. What percentage of the letters in the title is red? 1A. Which three colors are featured on the front of the package? B. What percentage of the letters in the title is red?
Which three colors are featured on the front of the package?
Miss, red, blue, and white.
Okay, so red, white, that is correct. And part B, what percentage of the letters in the title is
Miss,
red?
20%.
All right, so how did you get 20%, Jer?
Miss, because there are 5 letters and only one of them is red, so it would be 1/5 times 100, and 5 can go into 100 20 times, so it would be
All right, so
20%.
Jerry is saying in the title, and they're asking about the title, we have 5 letters, Crest, so it's 5 letters, and they want to know what percentage of the letters is red. So there's 1 red. So Jerry is saying 1 out of the 5 times 100 because we're expressing it as percent. So 5 into 100, that's 20. So the red is 20% of the total numbers there. Jaden, number 2.
Number 2. What is an anti-cavity toothpaste? Number 2. What is an anti-cavity toothpaste? Miss, as the last time, an anti-cavity toothpaste is an anti-cavity toothpaste stops cavities from forming. It kills the bacteria that forms cavities.
Okay. All right, I'm seeing the answers in the chat just now coming in. So Nia, for question 1A, had said red, white, and blue, which is correct, and 20% for part B. Gabby said 1/5, but remember, Gabby, it didn't ask for the fraction. It asked for percentage, so we have to express that fraction, that 1/5, as a percent by multiplying it by 100. And oh, okay, so Gabby, her 20% came in afterwards. All right, so Jaden, you are correct. And Antoine also says it fights against cavities. All right. So yes, Jaden, this particular question was asked in part 1 about that toothpaste as well. Amari, question 3.
Miss. Okay, Miss. Question 3. 3A. How many grams would six such tubes of toothpaste contain? B. Could what would be the net weight of two packs? 3A. How many grams would six such tubes of toothpaste contain? B. What would be the net weight of two packs?
So 3A, 6 tubes of this toothpaste.
Miss
How
Clark?
many grams? Amari,
Miss
go ahead.
Miss that was John.
Oh, it's John. You two sound
No,
so sweet.
no,
You
no.
sound alike.
Miss
Yes,
we
yes.
don't. Miss we don't. That's all.
All right, John, what are you saying?
Okay. I would say we multiply the 161 grams times 6 to get how many grams would be in 6 tubes of toothpaste.
So where that 161 comes from?
Miss, on the
The
box,
bottom
look at the box.
right. On the bottom
It says
right.
161 grams.
Okay. All right. So each tube or each pack contains 161 grams. So 6 of the same tubes would be 6 times 161, which is 966 grams. All right. And Antoine got that answer. So did Nia. And Gabby said 726. Gabby, how did you get 726? Richard is saying the screen is blurry. How the screen look to you guys in studio?
This is not blurry.
Crystal clear, miss. For
Yeah,
me,
for
it's
me,
not. It's also not blurry. It's
Richard,
me.
maybe it's your device. Maybe it's your device. All right, but Gabby, double check that though. 161 times 6. That's 966, not
Yes, miss.
700.
I
Miss,
And how about part B?
Miss,
What would
Miss,
be the net weight?
Miss 11.4. Miss, because the net weight it says it's 5.7 ounce.
Ounces, okay.
Yes, so
So
we
you
multiply that by
multiply
2.
that by 2. Okay.
Yes, Miss, I got 11.4 ounce.
All right. And John, this is your question too. But I want you to read the information on the box twice as well.
Okay, Miss. Number 4. How many separate points of positive action of the toothpaste are being promoted here? Fried cavities. Taste good without the salty aftertaste. Fried tartar. Gentle on tooth enamel. Remove surface stains to whiten teeth. Leaves teeth feeling smooth. Leaves mouth and breath feeling refreshed. Number 4. How many separate points of positive action of toothpaste are being promoted here? Fight cavities. Taste good without the salty aftertaste. Fight tartar. Gentle on the tooth enamel. Remove surface stains to whiten teeth. Leaves teeth feeling smooth. Leaves mouth and breath feeling refreshed.
All right. How many separate points of positive action?
Miss out of 4. Fight cavities. Fight tartar. Remove surface stains to whiten teeth and leaves mouth and breath feeling fresh.
That's 4.
This is fight cavities. Fight tartar. Remove surface stains to whiten teeth. Leaves mouth and breath feeling refreshed.
So you're saying the other 3 aren't positive?
Gentle on teeth enamel. Taste good with the salty aftertaste. It's the taste
Tastes
good with
good.
the salty aftertaste.
If
Miss,
it
I don't
tastes
think
good,
that's
isn't
positive.
that Positive
It's
is
miss,
not
but it
a,
doesn't. Miss, but it doesn't really matter for the aftertaste.
but apparently they think apparently they think it matters to someone. They're listing it as a selling point.
So miss it be seven.
Some people the taste is a deal breaker. If it doesn't taste good, they're not buying it. It's a deal breaker for them.
Well,
So,
miss, that's true.
yeah.
Usually, it's based on the toothpaste
Hmm.
and how it tastes to me when I was younger.
Yes. And
So,
we're not saying that's a good thing for you to base the toothpaste and whether you buy a toothpaste on how it tastes. We're not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing, right? We're just saying for some people the taste matters. They want their mouth to taste a certain way. And if it doesn't, then they're not gonna buy that toothpaste. So clearly the toothpaste company knows that some people feel this way. And so they're saying our toothpaste tastes good and it doesn't leave a salty aftertaste in your mouth. So that's a positive point. So basically, all these points I would classify as a positive selling point. The company is listing the different qualities that this toothpaste brings. So the question is how many points? John?
Yes, miss.
So how many points?
Miss it be seven.
Right. So the 7 points. Yeah. So what we don't want to do is complicate things. If it's a simple question, it's a simple question, right? And this is a simple question. It requires a simple answer. Antoine, question 5.
okay, miss. Question 5. What are tartar and tooth enamel? Question B. What might happen if a toothpaste was not gentle on tooth enamel? Question 5. What are tartar and tooth enamel? Question B. What might happen if toothpaste was not gentle on tooth enamel?
All right, so you're going to read the package again, Antoine.
Okay, miss. Fights cavities. Tastes good without the salty aftertaste. Fights tartar. Gentle on tooth enamel. Removes surface stains to whiten teeth. Leaves teeth feeling smooth. Leaves teeth feeling smooth. Leaves mouth and fresh feeling refreshed.
Mouth and breath.
Breath feeling refreshed. Fights cavities. Tastes good without the salty aftertaste. Fights tartar. Gentle on tooth enamel. Removes surface stains to whiten teeth. Leaves teeth feeling smooth. Leaves mouth and breath feeling refreshed.
All right, so 5A. What is tartar? What is tooth enamel? Someone check that for me. Check, give me a definition in the dictionary, from the dictionary or an online source. What is tartar?
Miss Tartar is classified. It's a classified plaque, a
Plaque,
hard
plaque.
plaque, a hard mineral deposit that forms on teeth. A rough bumpy line at the base of the teeth on one side.
Mhm. All right, thank you, Antoine. And Nia says tartar is a hard, calcified deposits that form and coat the teeth and gums. And Gabby says, tartar, also called dental calculus, is a yellow or brown colored deposit that forms when plaque hardens on your teeth. And Nia says, tooth enamel is the thin outer covering of the teeth. All right. Thank you, scholars, for those definitions. So how about part B? So the manufacturers are saying our toothpaste here is gentle on the tooth enamel. So the question is, what do you think might happen if you use a toothpaste that's not gentle on tooth enamel? What might happen? Why is it a good thing that this toothpaste is gentle on tooth enamel?
Miss, if the toothpaste wasn't gentle on the enamel, would it decay?
Eventually, but what would happen first?
Would it start hurting?
Hmm?
It will start hurting? That's right.
Because that would mean that the chemicals in the toothpaste would cause the enamel to erode, to deteriorate, and leave spaces, tiny pores. The enamel would become porous and gradually disintegrate. And yes, that would eventually expose the nerves in the pulp cavity of the tooth and cause great pain. Sensitivity at first, and then great pain when cavities start setting in. So it is important that your toothpaste be gentle. You don't want something too harsh. As much as you want it to clean, you don't want it to be harsh. You want it to be gentle and effective at the same time. All right, Jer, just when it's Jer's turn, he has left. So we're going to go to Jaden
Okay, miss.
for the next question. Hold on. And read
Nope.
the package one more time, Jaden.
Okay, miss. Fights cavities, tastes good without the salty aftertaste. Fights tartar, gentle on tooth enamel, removes surface stains to whiten teeth, leaves teeth feeling smooth, leaves mouth and breath feeling refreshed. Should I read that over or just read the
Yeah, read it over.
Okay, miss. Fights cavities, tastes good without the salty aftertaste. Fights tartar, gentle on tooth enamel, removes surface stains to whiten teeth, leaves teeth feeling smooth, and leaves mouth and breath feeling refreshed. Number 6. According to the secondary points, do you think a salty aftertaste would be desirable or undesirable by most consumers? Number 6. According to the second point, do, do you think a salty aftertaste would be desirable or undesirable by most consumers? Miss, I have undesirable.
I agree with this.
All right. So clearly, the manufacturer is saying, hey, we know that most
It's
persons would not,
undesirable, so
right, they would
they
not want
specify
it.
it doesn't have the salty
Right.
aftertaste.
So they're saying our toothpaste does not do this, right? So from that, we can conclude that, hey, most persons then would not want it, or it is the opinion of the manufacturer that most persons would not want this. Nia says, in answer to 5B, if your toothpaste is not gentle on tooth enamel, it will eventually cause great pain in your teeth. And she's saying that it is undesirable to have a salty aftertaste. Haley also says, Undesirable because many like toothpaste that tastes good. And Gabby says it's desirable. Um, Hold on, Nia, are you saying desirable or undesirable? I'm seeing both from you. Would it be desirable? And Gabby is saying desirable. Would we want to have a salty aftertaste anymore? And if consumers want that, why would the manufacturer be saying our toothpaste does not cause that? Would the manufacturer be saying that the product does not do what most people want it to do? So I'm saying we can make the assumption that most persons would not want the salty aftertaste since the manufacturer is stressing that this product does not cause that. Amari, question 7.
Okay, Miss. Question 7. What is the flavor of the toothpaste?
Please read the box twice.
Oh, okay, Miss. Baking soda and peroxide whitening with tartar protection fresh mint. Number 7. What is the flavor of this toothpaste? Baking soda and peroxide whitening with tartar protection. Fresh mint. Miss, my answer would be fresh mint.
All right, so we see the fresh
I agree.
fresh mint. That's the flavor. All right. And John, question 8.
Number 8. What comes of the toothpaste after whitening the teeth? Baking soda and peroxide whitening with tartar protection freshened. Number 8. What components of the toothpaste after whitening the teeth? Baking soda and peroxide whitening with tartar protection freshened. We shall say baking soda and peroxide with tartar. Anyway, no worries. Baking soda and peroxide.
Okay, that is correct. All
Miss,
right,
I say baking soda and
peroxide.
peroxide.
All right, so Nia is saying fresh mint. Haley, fresh mint because it says so on the box. And then for question 8, Haley is saying baking soda and peroxide. Gabby says baking soda and peroxide. So John, you are correct. Antoine, you are correct. Baking soda, that's one active ingredient, and peroxide, hydrogen
Miss,
peroxide.
I have a question.
Yes, John.
Miss, how many questions are there?
I believe it's 15. I believe it's 15 questions. All right. And I'm not seeing anybody else backstage. At,
Miss, I was go- Miss, I was just going to say, are we gonna do the switch?
well, we would, but nobody else is backstage. I'm wondering if it's because it's midterm break. They think that, or they forgot that I had reminded them we'll be starting back class today. We just took a 1 day break, Ash Wednesday, but I know that midterm break for schools is what, 3 days? So
3 days.
yes, so officially school resumes on Monday, but we only took the Ash Wednesday break. We're going to have class tomorrow, Friday as well. All right, but for me, one student is enough to have a class, right? So the show goes on. Um, Antoine, number 9.
Okay, Miss.
Hold on a minute, Antoine. Okay, so that was John's question, right? All right, go ahead, Antoine. Please
Okay,
read the please read the package.
yes, Miss. Drug facts. Active ingredients: sodium fluoride 0.243%. Purpose: anti-cavity. 0.16% W or V fluoride ion purpose toothpaste. Use helps us helps protect against cavities. Warning: keep out of keep out of reach of children under year 6 years of age. If more than if more than use for brushing is accidentally swallowed, get medical help or contact a poison control center right away. Question 9. What is the most dominant chemical in this toothpaste and what is it said to do? Question 9. What is the most dominant chemical in this toothpaste and what is it said to do?
All right. What's the most dominant? What does the word dominant mean?
Well, the one is in control.
The one that's in control. In this context, though, would it be a control thing when we say dominant in this context? Dominant in this context, the dominant chemical or the dominant ingredient. It wouldn't have anything to do with control. What would it have to do with? What do we mean by the dominant chemical?
Miss, for my answer for number 9,
Hmm.
my answer is
Tell me first what do we mean by the dominant chemical? And then you can tell me your answer. If you have an answer, Antoine, you must have had an interpretation for dominant chemical. So what do you think that means?
Miss, the dominant chemical. I think dominant chemical means that the one that is mostly used in the ingredients.
All right, that is correct. And which one do you think that is?
Miss, I think that is fluoride ion.
Fluoride
Fluoride.
ions.
And the purpose of fluoride ion is toothpaste.
Ah, you're reading it wrong. So sodium fluoride. See, they have active ingredient. That's the active one. That's the dominant ingredient, sodium fluoride. This in brackets here is telling you that the sodium fluoride is composed of 0.16% fluoride ion, but this goes with this, right? So it's the same thing here. Anti-cavity toothpaste. So don't separate these two. The purpose, anti-cavity toothpaste.
Oh,
So the active ingredient would be sodium
fluoride.
fluoride. All right, I think I saw that answer over in the chat. Let me go and check. Nia, right? Nia said sodium fluoride, and the use is to help protect against cavities. That is correct. So it says sodium fluoride and it's anti cavity. That's the purpose. Amari, please read the box and the
Okay,
question twice.
okay, Miss. Number 10. What is the danger of this product to young children? Number 10. What is the danger of this product to young children? Drug facts. Active ingredient purpose sodium fluoride 0.243%, anti anti cavity, 0.6
I told
per
you to
pound.
read these two together, don't you? Anti-cavity toothpaste.
Miss, I didn't hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Anti-cavity toothpaste 0.16% WV fluoride iron. Use use helps protect against cavities. Warning: keep out reach of children under 6 years of age. If more than used that for brushing teeth is accidentally swallowed, get medical help or contact a poison control center right away. Drug facts. Active ingredient. Purpose. Sodium fluoride 0.243%. Anti-cavity toothpaste 0.16%. WV fluoride iron.
Fluoride.
Fluoride iron. Use helps protect against cavities. Warning: keep out of reach keep out of reach of children under 6 years old of age. 6 years of
6
age.
years of age.
6 years of age. If more than used for brushing is accidentally swallowed, get medical help or contact a poison control center right away.
Mhm. What is the danger of this product to young children?
Miss Miss it would be if the child swallows too much of the toothpaste, it can
Yeah, it
lead
can be
poison.
poisonous.
Correct. That is correct. All right, so Nia says it can be poisonous for children under 6 years of age. Haley says it can be poisonous if swallowed. Gabby says swallowed. Gabby, you have to give us a little more explanation. Nia, if accidentally swallowed. Gabby comes back again and she said, if swallowed, get medical help or contact the center, the poison control center, right away. John,
Okay. Number 11. What are you warned not to do? Directions. Adults and children 2 years and older brush teeth thoroughly after meals or at least twice a day or use as directed by a dentist. Do not swallow. To minimize swallowing, use a pea-sized amount in children under 6. Supervise children's brushing until good habits are established. Children under 2 years accidentals. Number 11. What are you warned not to do? Directions. Adults and children 2 years and older brush teeth thoroughly after meals or at least twice a day or use as directed by a dentist. Do not swallow. To minimize swallowing, use a pea-sized amount in children under 6. Supervise children's brushing until good habits are established. Children under 2 years ask a dentist. I would say do not swallow.
all right, so here we have it. You're warned not to swallow the toothpaste. Do not swallow the toothpaste. Is there anyone in studio or in the chat who has swallowed toothpaste at any point in time?
Well,
Miss, I've
It
swallowed it
happens
before when in like the far past. I've swallowed it before in the
in
far.
the far, in the distant,
rarely, miss.
but you have
Miss?
swallowed it, right, Antoine?
Yes, miss.
All right. See, Richard is saying, I accidentally swallowed toothpaste before. All right. So Gabby says, do not swallow. And Nia says, you're warned not to swallow. Now you know not to swallow toothpaste. So Gabby is saying, well, now we know we are not to swallow toothpaste. All right. And I think we have all swallowed some amount of toothpaste in our lives, in our lifetime. So it's a dangerous practice. Try not to do that, right? You spit and then you rinse. Jolie says, I used to eat my toothpaste. Jolie, you used to eat your toothpaste. I hope you have stopped when you said used to. So I'm assuming you have stopped, Jolie, because that's not a good idea. But you notice, guys, if the toothpaste is great tasting, so children are going to be tempted to eat it, isn't it? It tastes like sweetie. It tastes like lollipop. It tastes like it has a minty,
Yes,
sweet
it tastes like
taste.
mint gum. Tastes like how mint
Yeah,
gum tastes.
exactly.
Miss, why would anyone like this? Like the taste of mint, sweetie. That's just nasty. Miss, I don't like mint.
Mhm.
I don't like
I
sweet.
love the taste of mint.
I don't
I
like
used to
bubblegum
make
at all.
my
It's
I don't
like
own
like
mint
both cold.
sweets.
Mint is like both cold and spicy at the same time.
Yeah, I used to make my mint sweets with coconut oil because coconut oil is very good for you. Virgin coconut oil, that's a pure coconut oil, and I would put some honey and a drop of peppermint oil, and I would mix it and keep it in the refrigerator. And then when it's frozen, I just slice it up and have that as a sweet. It tastes delicious. I love mint. All right. So let's go now to question 12. And that is Antoine's question.
Okay, miss. Inactive ingredients: glycerin, hydrated si-
Silica,
silica, water. What's with these?
propylene glycol,
Propylene glycol, sodium bicarbonate, tetrasodium. Miss,
tetrasodium.
Miss, I cannot pronounce all those
All
words.
right, let me read these for you and then you read the question. So,
Okay.
inactive ingredients: glycerin, hydrated silica, water, propylene glycol, sodium bicarbonate, tetrasodium pyrophosphate, sorbitol, PEG 12, flavor, sodium hydroxide, sodium lauryl sulfate, sodium saccharin, polyxamo 407, xanthan gum, cellulose gum, calcium peroxide, titanium dioxide, blue number 1. Did you have any idea that all these so many different chemicals were in the toothpaste?
Miss, I'm surprised that those names are actual names. That's
Yeah, these are chemical names. All these ingredients are in, well, at least in this particular tube of toothpaste, Crest. Go ahead, Antoine, read the question twice.
okay, Miss. Question 12. How many of the inactive ingredients contain sodium? Question 12. How many of the inactive ingredients contain sodium? Miss, I say 4 ingredients contain sodium.
Which four?
Okay, Miss. Sodium bicarbonate.
Okay, so sodium bicarbonate.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
Miss. Then hydroxide,
Sodium hydroxide.
sodium laurel,
Sodium lauryl sulfate.
sodium saccharin.
Sodium saccharin. That's it. So you're saying four.
Oh,
You sure you don't see any other?
Miss, it's not 4, 5. I miss
So which
count.
other one? There's another one, right? Tetrasodium pyrophosphate.
Yes, miss.
So that's five of the inactive ingredients contain sodium. All right, Jaden, number 13.
Miss. Okay, miss. Should I read this something? Should I read the inactive ingredients again?
Do you think you'd have difficulty doing so? Go ahead and
Yeah.
try, Jaden.
Inactive ingredients: glycerin, hydrated silica, water, propylene glycol, sodium bicarbonate, tetrasodium pyrophosphate, sorbitol, PEG-12. Flavors: sodium hydroxide, sodium lauryl, lauryl sulfite, sodium charin, polexamer 400, 407, xanthan gum, cellulose gum, calcium peroxide, titanium dioxide, blue one. Inactive ingredients: glycerin, hydrated silica, water propylene glycol, sodium bicarbonate, tetrasodium phosphorus, sorbitol,
Pyrophosphate.
pyrophosphate, sorbitol, PEG-12, flavor sodium hydroxide, sodium lauryl sulfate, sodium charin,
Saccharin.
polexamer,
Saccharin.
saccharin, polexamer 407, xanthan gum, cellulose gum, calcium peroxide, titanium dioxide, and blue one. That was a mouthful. Number
Mm-hmm.
13. If you have queries about the product, who might
How?
how might you get some answers? Number 13. If you have some queries about
Queries.
the product,
Queries.
inquires about the product, how might you
Queries.
get some? Where said miss?
The word is queries.
Query. Okay, miss. Number 13. If you have some queries about the product, how might you get some answers? Miss, you would call the number 1-800-492-7378.
All right, that's correct. It says, any questions? This is the number to call if you have questions. Queries. Amari, question 14. Amari,
Sorry, Miss. Sorry, Miss. Had to do something. Number 14. What do you think the letters P and G stand for? PNG www.pg.com. This distro by Protect.
distributed by
Distributed by Pro, yes, Procter and Gamble. Since Miss, can you please help me pronounce that word?
Cincinnati. Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, Cincinnati 045202 www.crest.com. Patents www.pg.com/patients.
Patents.
2019. Patents 2019 PNG. Number 14. What do you think the letters PNG stand for? PNG www.pg.com. Distributed
Distributed
Distributed by Pro- Procter and Gamble, Cincinnati, Cincinnati
Cincinnati.
045, Cincinnati 045202, www.press.com, patents www.pg.com/patents, 2019 PNG.
All right, so the P&G company makes the toothpaste, or distributes the toothpaste. What do you think
Miss,
P&G
Miss, I think,
stands?
Miss, would it be Procter and Gamble, Miss?
That is correct, Procter and Gamble. All right, and Gabby is saying Procter and Gamble. Nia, Latoya, everybody's saying. Antoine is saying Procter and Gamble. You are correct, Amari. So Procter,
Uh,
P for Procter, G for Gamble. John, you have the last question.
okay. Number 15. What are 3 steps you can take if you want strong, sparkling teeth? For healthy teeth, brush twice a day, plus daily, and visit your dentist regularly. Number 15. What are 3 steps you can Number 15. What are 3 steps you can take if you want strong, sparkling teeth? For healthy teeth, brush twice a day, floss daily, and visit your dentist regularly. I would say brush twice a day, floss daily, and visit your dentist regularly.
All right, so you're saying for healthy teeth, you have to brush twice a day, floss daily, and visit your dentist regularly.
Yes.
All right, and that is correct, John. That's what we need to do for healthy teeth. Brush at least twice a day, floss every day, and visit your dentist regularly. Okay, hi Shalicia. All right, guys. So that's the end of part 2 of No More Cavities. So next week when we do our critical thinking again, we're going to do something else. And the whole idea of the critical thinking session is for us to look at things that we often overlook, everyday things that have so much information. It's like it's hidden in plain sight. You ever hear that expression? It's hidden in
Very
plain
much.
sight. Well, it's so obvious, but because we use these things every day, day after day after day, we take them for granted. We overlook them. We pick them up in the stores. We take them to the cashier, and we don't even read the labels because we've been buying these things. We come, we see our parents buy them, we start buying them, and we don't really know what's in them. We don't take the time to read, and sometimes some warnings are there blatantly telling you this is dangerous, blatantly telling you if you consume this you might get sick. Blatantly. You know why it's blatant? Because they know that most people aren't going to read it. Just like on the cigarette packs, it would say the Surgeon General warns that cigarette smoking causes cancer. And that warning it was on the cigarettes, and people still bought the cigarettes and smoke it, even though it's the big warning, plain and clear, was saying if you smoke this, there is a chance, an increased risk of you getting lung cancer. So I want you scholars to always be alert, always be conscious of the choices you are making. Let it be a conscious choice. Let it be an educated choice. Read the labels. Richard is saying, Miss, I want clues. What kind of clues? We're at the end of it, Richard. You have to come back next week, Thursday, for the next critical thinking class, and you'll get some clues to answer those questions. So I'm just saying, well, we're in Jamaica. It's now 8 o'clock Jamaica time, Richard. So the class is from 7 p.m. Jamaica time to 8 p.m. Oh, it's Legion Day. Oh, I'm sorry, Legion Day. Sorry, Legion Day. But Lord, so is Mrs. Legion Day, Mrs. not Legion Day? Which is it? Come on, make up your mind, girl. Anyhow, so tomorrow though, remember the Friday class is not 7 o'clock. The Friday class is 4:30. As a matter of fact, I'm going to play the schedule for you right now, so to remind you of when we have the classes. So here goes. Thank you, scholars, for being with me as usual. I really do appreciate your company. I appreciate your participation. I appreciate you posting your questions and your comments and your jokes and your craziness. All of that is a part of it, isn't it, guys? It definitely is. Sometimes we have to be crazy too, right? All right, so here's the schedule, guys. Hello CSEC math students, I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now in this series, we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC Math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything. Make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello scholars, did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand.